Hello and welcome back to the Babenbergs. Last time I traded a Sword of God for 100 renown, and I was asked in the comments whether this renown went to our dynasty head, and whether we could create our own dynasty in order to make it go to us. And I feel like we need to explain the dynasty system just a little bit so that we can get into how it actually works, and then what we can do to eventually control how renown is spent. So, first of all, did the renown go to our dynasty head? Well, yes and no. Renown is a unique resource in this game in that renown is fed into by every single member of a dynasty. So if we go and have a look at renown here, you'll see that every single member of the dynasty is contributing passively each month just by existing. And on top of that, if any member of the dynasty gets an event that would give renown, it is then fed into the singular renown pot. And this is represented in level of splendor, which is effectively just saying, okay, marrying into this dynasty is going to raise my prestige because it has so many members who are so good, right? So it could be that you have one incredibly powerful member of your dynasty that's got all this renown, or it could be that you've actually got 1,000 members of your dynasty who are then getting the same amount of renown just because you're so spread out across the land and everybody knows you, right? And this leads into you getting extra prestige and then long reign bonus. Long reign bonus is a little bit less. It doesn't quite fit into the same theme, but the prestige stuff definitely does. So that's what renown is. Now renown in this pot can be spent by your dynasty head to do all sorts of things, but the main thing that it can be spent for, and the main thing you want to build it up for, is to buy dynasty legacies, which is exactly what our current dynasty head decided to do in the previous episode. They bought the Long Reach Dynasty Legacy. So that's absolutely fine. It's just they decided to spend the points on that. So now we've got what renown is, could we create our own dynasty in order to spend it ourselves? The answer is no. Essentially, if you change dynasty in CK3, it's immediately a game over, right? If your heir is somebody of a different dynasty, that's the end of the game for you. Well, it's not entirely true anymore, because if your heir is somebody of a different dynasty, there are ways that you could then play as a landless character and all sorts of other things, but essentially you can't switch dynasty and keep playing, right? You could play as a different member of your family via the choose a different destiny button on death, but realistically you can't switch your dynasty. If you want to create a new dynasty within the game, you could have a bastard who's legitimized who creates their own dynasty, but you couldn't actually play as them, because the moment you try and switch to them, you're switching dynasty and you get the game over. So, with that being said, there are ways in which we could get control over our renown in our current situation. What we would need to do is we'd need to become the dynasty head. Now there are two important titles here, there's house head and dynasty head. So the dynasty head is the house head with the most power. So if we go and have a look at the three houses within the Luitpolding dynasty, we have this person who has 0 military strength. We have House Babenberg, the current dynasty head, who has 2003 military strength. And then we have House Andix, who has 670 military strength. So out of the three house heads, House Babenberg are currently in charge. Now, house head doesn't work in the same way. It doesn't care at all what the military strength of the current person is. It is determined entirely by succession. So currently we have a house head heir, and that's Adelheid von Babenberg. And I believe that it will always follow the primary heir of Mr. Leopold. So it will always go to this person. Now I believe that that's only if the primary heir is of your current house, obviously, because, or of your, of the same house. Because if it was somebody of a different house, Like, that doesn't make any sense. They can't be the heir to your house. So I believe it goes to whoever the next relevant person is who is of the same house, right? So it's got its own set of succession laws. So in this case, it's going to Adelheid because his primary heir happens to be of his house. If his primary heir was, say, Gertrude, it would go to Gertrude. So if we want control over House Babenberg, we have two options. We either kill off enough people so that that line of House Babenberg is gone and our line of House Babenberg is now in charge and the house head, or alternatively what we could do is we could create our own cadet branch. So we could go in here and we could create a cadet branch, which would then allow us to make our own house, and if our house ends up being the strongest, then we get to be the dynasty head. But even if we were to create our own house right now, I don't think we're stronger, because although it says he has 2,003, he has 1,885 troops, and if we have a look at ourselves, we have 1,744. So I don't see any way in which we're going to be stronger than he is. So currently there's not a lot of point, but in theory we could do that. I actually kind of wonder whether we want to ever become dynasty head though, because I think it could be quite fun to let the AI have control over that. Let the AI have control over our renown and spend it. I think it could lead us to interesting places, especially as renown also gives you powers over disinheriting and other actions that you can do as a dynasty head. I think it could be interesting to have the AI be in control of all of that, because they could just randomly say, oh, actually, you know that house member, he's a rival of mine, I'm going to disinherit him, and that will give us fun things to deal with. I don't know. It might get boring after a while and we just take control of the dynasty, but for now, I'm quite happy to leave it where it is. So, there's the not very short explanation of renown and dynasties. Hopefully it all made sense. If it doesn't, let me know. Anyway, where were we? My grandson Otto is now our next in line, and we were deciding what to do with him. I think we're gonna play as him. We're gonna stick with it. The only way we could really disinherit him is by imprisoning him and then ask him to take the vows, and even then we'd have to play as Theodelinda afterwards, and it's not like Theodelinda is set in the world light with her skills. So yeah, we'll play as Otto, who also, by the way, has an absolutely atrocious intrigue despite having base 5 intrigue, right? Base 5 is pretty good, but he has -5. So he ends up with a 0 despite actually having a pretty good base. I actually think he has a pretty good base on a lot of these. Yeah. He just has so many negatives that it doesn't make any sense. Although he got the best education trait, which is crazy. Well, he got the best education trait that we can get right now. You can get better education traits, but I think you need the dynasty legacy for that, right? I think you need this one. Do it et Montois. My French is awful, so there you go. But yeah, I think you need that to get the level 5 education trait, but I might be wrong. You might be able to just get it otherwise, but anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the conditions are for getting it otherwise, but anyway. Level 4 is still pretty much the best you can get. So, he got that, despite being stupid. We could go to university. University would give him like a boost to his diplomacy and a boost to his stewardship. He's still pretty young. There's a way to get a lot of stats through things that aren't just your base stats from childhood. Like, you can visit a lot of places, get a lot of different perks. Like, there's options. You can get artifacts. It's going to be weird. Anyway, Otto von Babenberg. We need to find somebody for you to marry. Arpad's an interesting one. I just happen to know it's a big one in Hungary, but yeah, her parents don't actually seem to be that. We have a repressed claim on Hungary, so actually that would mean that when he dies, she would get an unpressed claim on Hungary. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's something we actually care about, but it's kind of interesting. Do we ever want Hungary? Not really. I kind of want the Archduchy of Austria, so yeah, let's not worry about that. Back to our grandson. Let's do some filtering here. So I think we want to stick with the not maximum age, with the age within 10 years thing. Sure. What else do we want to do? I think we want to stick with Catholics. We probably don't want them to be a ruler, because we'd like them to be able to assist ruler, because that's one of the ways of getting extra stats. Because like we see here, our wife is currently giving us +1 to every stat, so it would probably be good for him to have somebody who can give him stats. Let's say we want marriage prestige here. And then what alliances have you got? Oh, there are no alliances, because it's looking at alliance to us, not alliance to him. Yeah, because we want him to have a good alliance, but I don't think him being our grandson actually gives us any alliances. And this is talking about alliances to us, so yeah, we're going to have to manually work those out if we want to. Any inheritable traits? 5. Okay, I mean, there's only 5 people. We can go through these. So first one's Walpurga, our niece. She would be okay. There's a high chance of being inbred. Oh, there isn't any chance of being inbred? That seems odd. Are they not close enough? Because she's the daughter of Kuno, my half-brother. I guess he's only our half-brother, but he's only our half-brother because it didn't generate a mother. So, it's not like he's our half-brother because we have different mothers. It's just because the game didn't generate a mother. Okay. I am kind of confused by that. Could that imply that potentially she is not the she is not his daughter? I'm wondering if that's what this is implying here. I mean, if you go the Game of Thrones route, you know, blonde of hair, blonde of hair, blonde of hair, brown of hair. Interesting. Anyway, Walpurga. We have Ingiltrud, who is the daughter of Duke Herman of Carinthia. So that would get an alliance with him in Carinthia here. She is currently 4th in line, I'm assuming. 5th in line. Okay, because she has a daughter. Okay. We have Teresa Gonzalez de Lara. Get an alliance with these guys. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention it at the start of the playthrough. I turned off the Iberian struggle and I turned off the struggle over here, just because previously the struggle mechanic's just been annoying. If they ever make changes to the struggle mechanic, we'll probably turn it back on, but I think I've seen enough, so we won't worry about it. But yeah, I'm not really interested in this marriage. Like, it doesn't seem to do anything for us. We have Heli Ermengarde de Ponthieu, who is not really related to anyone of any note. Yes, she is the great-grandchild of King Robert Capet. Okay. And then we have... I have no idea how to pronounce your name. And you are his daughter. Okay, so that's just an adventurer group. Well, out of these, I feel like our 2 options are Walpurga or Ingiltrud, right? I kind of think that Walpurga's not a bad option, because she's quick. So, effectively, it gives the children a 50-50 chance. It's not a 50-50, but in my head it is, of getting either stupid or quick. I kind of like that. Yeah, let's marry into that side of the house. Cool, send betrothal. Right, that's fine. Oh, you're 1 day away from raising development in Otterberg. That's cool. Anyway, I think that's actually raising development, right? That's not like 1 away from getting 1 development growth. Yeah, I think that's 1 away from getting the whole development finished. We can actually see. Let's wait a day. Okay. So now it's 2 years. Let's have a look at Otterberg. Yeah, that was a whole development up, which got us 0.5 levies and maybe 0.5 taxes. I should have checked the tax number before and after to see if that actually went up or not. Yeah, I should have done that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Just because I'm curious. Is there anyone else we need to marry off in our court? So we'll do this. We're then going to sort by adult, unmarried. Okay. We have a few people. Who were you previously? Oh, you were previously married to my son, Otto. Okay, fair enough. Oh, which also means that... Oh no, we're fine. We can still press our claim. I was going to say it also means that we're going to have problems when we go and press our claim, but actually we don't. Because when we go to press our claim, this will still be her first child, so that's fine. Okay. But if we want her to stay in our court, the only person she could marry is Adalbert. Alright, then I guess she could marry Adalbert. Of the Liebrek Skirchen dynasty. You're gonna marry... Actually, let's do it this way. Arranged marriage. Oh, reset to defaults. Perfect, you're gonna marry her. That's fine. As long as they stay in our court, that's fine. Send proposal. Cool. Right. Guess I could have left her unmarried and married him to someone else, but that's fine. Okay, anything else that we need to do? Don't need an antiquarian, but we should probably consider one at some point because it does reduce the decay on artifacts. So when we start getting like a lot of artifacts, this will probably be worth thinking about because the decay reduction is kind of increased, like it's kind of money it's giving you because it's decreasing the amount something goes down by, and it's decreasing the amount of times it asks you for money to reforge artifacts, so it's kind of good. You can also improve artifacts, and you can get you stewardship and things. Yeah, there's a lot of options. Anyway, Master of the Horse we don't need right now, or Court Chronicler. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're fine for now. And we're saving up for a castle in Ottoberg, right? Yes. Oh, I also noticed something that is devastating to see after the fact. If you were to petition the Kaiser here to ask him for stuff, we could have asked him to underwrite our temple and then he might have paid for it. That's devastating after we've just finished our temple, but I should have checked that first. Oh, also, I just remembered this. So I can let it be known I do not want to be elected to a higher title. Why would that make him... Yeah, that would make a lot of people hate me, but... Yeah, I kind of want to do that. I might do that on the next character, because I didn't realize it had such a... It had a lot of negatives, but I don't really want to inherit the Holy Roman Empire. How close are we to inheriting it? If I was to have a look. By vote score? We have 0 votes. Okay, so I don't need to worry about that right now. But yeah, we don't want to accidentally inherit the Empire unless I want to give it away again immediately. Right. Speed 5. Bastard born. Wait, is this a second bastard? Oh no. The second bastard has been born. There's no longer the slightest doubt in my mind my lover, Ermeltrud, has given birth to a daughter, and we both know that I am the father. Well, the world will know of my second bastard child. We already had the trait adulterer. Yeah, level of devotion is still dropping, but that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, not a problem. Till death do us part. How can the heart endure this kind of pain without breaking? It cannot be possible, yet here I am, my heart beating on whilst yours has gone quiet. Oh, Hadziga, my sweetheart, my life will not be the same without you. My wife died in her sleep. Okay. My alliance with Count Arnold has ended. Arnold Andek, who previously held Innsbruck, but now... Oh no, this is one who previously held Augsburg. Yes, but now holds a little bit of land in Augsburg. Okay. He now just really hates us because we murdered like his family member, and now we have no ties at all. I didn't ever pin him either onto the side. I was trying to figure out how to unpin him, but we never actually pinned him, so that's okay. Can you move these, by the way? No, you have to unpin everyone and repin them in the order you want. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought the case was, but I thought I'd just double check while I was there, because I don't think I've ever tried. Scheme at court. Somebody's trying to kill my son Bernard. That's shocking. Well, it's been 4 months. Time for us to remarry. I am going to arrange marriage with our lover. There we go. Right. We're going to lose a little bit of prestige, but that's okay. Love prevails. Oh, Duchess Ermiltrud, my petal, to think that I can embrace you openly now with the blessings of both St. Bridget and the people around us. I'm the happiest man alive. Come here, wife of mine. I don't believe I can legitimize these children. Oh, no, I can't. Yeah. I could ask my house head to legitimize the children. And they would say no, because they don't want to. Because they don't like they don't like either of the children enough to do it. It's kind of funny. Anyway. That's why I think it might be interesting to have a house head, because they could limit a lot of these actions. Yeah. Ooh, a tournament. A tournament we can go to? Will I get there in time? I will. Fantastic. What type of tournament is it? Tales in Dortmund. It's a board game, archery, and that's it. Tournament. Let's go. Yeah, I'm in. Do I need a mountaineer? Or a forest guide? Probably need a forest guide, but that's okay. Let's grab the forest guide. I don't really need to visit anywhere else on the way there or back, because we're probably going to die anyway, so... Yeah, let's just do that. How's our health? Yeah, our health is pretty poor, but... Hey, I definitely want to go. And we're off. Right. Also, that's fine. You can fill our coffers. My wife is our regent. Okay, that makes more sense. It probably shouldn't be our grandson, because, yeah, I don't know if that would go well. Our son recovered from consumption. Well, we had that for a long time. Inga is no longer my wet nurse. Is that because all of the children have finished their education? No. There we go. I'm going to put you in as our wet nurse, because you're the youngest person here, so you can do it for longest. Right. Child of my dynasty. So this is Burchard, my nephew's daughter. She is Isentrud. Okay. I became best friends with my nephew Heinrich von Babenberg. Wonderful. That's nice. After vehemently supporting each other's interests at Kaiser Heinrich IV's court, showed interest in Heinrich von Babenberg. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not know who, somebody is plotting to become my wife. I kind of got the feeling that would be my current wife, but no idea who it would be now. We paused or unpaused? We are... yeah, we were unpaused, now we are paused. Right. What do we want to do here? Am I participating? I am participating in both. Wait. Well... Oh, I can't participate because my health is poor. I can participate in the board game, though. That's acceptable. What's our goal? Is our goal to win? I don't know what our goal is here. It could be to win, I suppose, but I think it might just be to recruit. And then we'll go to the temple. God's favors. As Valdemar moves aside to let me approach, I take a solemn moment alone in the church near the tournament grounds. Pondering the presence of God, I find myself wondering what it is I wish in my heart of hearts to see come from these days of revelry. Also realized I could have held a funeral for my son, and I did not. I probably should. We'll see if I still can. Are these guys participating? Oh. So, wanted to let me have access to things. No, they are not participating. Because it says show manager attending knights, and you have to be a knight to participate, I think, right? So it's not going to increase their score. Well, so I can check in here, right? Oh, maybe they might be participating here. I really want to just move this out of the way, but that's fine. We'll move this over to the side. Is there any way to sort this? No. But literally the only way of finding out if somebody's like trying to participate is to scroll. Okay, so my niece is potentially participating. Okay, so they might be participating. The Kaiser of the Holy Roman Empire is here? Alright. That's weird. So Heinrich and Eckard. Heinrich and Eckard, who we're looking for here. My cousin from Bohemia is here? Alright. All sorts of people are here. My Chancellor's turned up. Alright. Anyone else here? Oh, there's Heinrich. I just want to see, like... He's actually apparently pretty good at wit. He's average. My half-brother turned up. Eckhard? Eckhard is not as good. Okay, I'm going to try and go for Heinrich. We're going to support him. Did I help him? I assume the answer is no, because it didn't pop up. Okay, how many days? 17. Alright. Regent furthered mandate. Got me 75 gold. That's incredible. I'm going to spend that 75 gold building a new holding. New castle holding. Wonderful. Back over here. Yes. How many days have we got to wait? 5. Okay. That's fine. Scheme at court. My courtier Francesca Passoni is scheming against my son Bernhard. Well, I'm going to throw her in jail. Seems pretty straightforward. Let's go to the tavern. Dare to drink. The local pub is rammed with bodies, as is expected when a tournament rolls into town. Amongst all the newcomers, though, there sits a man who is clearly a fixture at the establishment. He eyes me with suspicion as I sit down. What are you doing here? He finally blurts out as my drink arrives. I turn to face him. He rises unsteadily to his feet. Forgive my presumptions, my lord. A flourishing, scornful bow punctuates the statement. But I reckon you couldn't handle half of that, let alone all of it. So I say no need for hostilities. Buy you a drink. We become friend of the people for 10 years. Bring out the tankards. Or sit down, shut up, you hopeless drunk. Well, you know what? Bring out the tankards. Roll the dice. I drank him under the table and minutely reduced my score, which means I won't participate in the tournament or the board game. I did not qualify. Who did qualify? So we have Nicholas, Marion, Enswith, Pons, Hughes, Valdemar, Witchman, and Bernard. I don't really care who wins, because none of them are related to me. One to root for. I shuffle aside to let someone by, but no sooner have I done so than they start talking. Ah, Duke Otto, fancy seeing you here. I open my mouth to respond, but Hesso is too quick. I don't suppose you've got any favourites, someone you think is going to take home the win. Me, I've got a good feeling about Witchman. I consider my options for a moment. Maybe it's best just to agree. Sure, you know what? We'll be gregarious. We'll agree. Also, I heard something pop up here. You tried to obtain gold and failed. Well, at least you're trying, and that's fine. So, quarterfinals are over. We have Pons, Bernard, Marion, and Voldemar through. This guy should win because I think it's a learning board game. I think it's learning martial, right? And those are the main ones. Pons. I think it's Pons and Waldemar. I think those are the two best ones. Really, yeah, and they're not even paired against each other, so this should be fine. Okay, Bernard is through to the final. He's knocked out Pons. And Voldemar is through. So my heavy favorite is this guy. Okay, they've reached the final. And drum roll, please. The winner is Voldemar. Fantastic. Great. Wonderful. Well-deserved win. I'm really happy for him. Cool. Well, we're not going to compete in this one because our health is too poor. Oh, where are we? I just want to move this back into the center. So, I'm going to go to the tent camp. Like thunder. Knights mime the acts of war and friendly rival swagger, while interpreters laugh through their work. You Bavarians have your skills, concedes Count Raoul of Allo, but who among you has spurred into an enemy line, heedless to all weapons, your charger trampling, your lance striking home, Try my warhorse. Let's see if you can unhorse even the worst French rider. My people don't employ the tack needed to ride with a heavy lance into battle. This isn't our way. Still, can I suffer such a boast to stand? I'll have to try. There's a chance we can increase cultural acceptance between Bavarians and French, and a chance we get experience in horse, an open-minded warrior. Werner is Bavarian skill personified, so there's a chance he gets some extra prowess here. Can you spare any knight to teach us? And that will make this person join my court. Or Bavarians strike hard enough and we lower cultural acceptance. No, I'll have a try. Let's see if we can raise it. Every knight lost opinion of me. They all hate me. Well, that's fair. Let's go to the village. Pulling on threads. A group of women have taken one of the houses as their primary weaving workshop. I can clearly grasp that they're having a lively conversation about the ongoing tourney. I lean in on the window with great care of remaining unnoticed. And that man, Conrad, I can't believe they caught him yesterday in the act, one of them says, while expertly weaving some threads. Okay. In the act of what? I can learn the secret, learn a thing or two, or I heard nothing. Let's try and find a secret. They caught me eavesdropping and they don't like us. Alright. Fair enough. Well, next place. Wonder if there's any recruiting events at the artisans' quarters. Local Lancer. Surveying the assembled petty nobility gathered in Dortmund, I spot just the sort of man I need. Odilo von Leibschau is a wayward horseman of some experience, travelling from court to court, seeking a lord to serve. Such men are normally to be distrusted, but his talents are immediately obvious. As I approach, I make my introduction. Count Gottfried appears beside him, clearly sharing my idea. Okay, this guy seems pretty good. He's a good fighter. Alright. Be assured I will pay better. Odilo, you will sit in my grand pavilion. Come, you'd rather serve a mere count? You won't barter over a knight. Let's say, come, you'd really rather serve a mere count? He joined my court. Fantastic. Well, welcome to the team. Okay. Archery. We did not qualify. Alright. Archery is a one-round contest, I believe, so it's just going to tell us the winner at the end. My gaze drifts over the crowd. The general hubbub flows around me. All spectators engaged in conversation or geeing up the contestants. All apart from one I notice. Thomas is staring directly at me. Our gazes lock before he immediately breaks eye contact, fleeting his eyes around anywhere other than me. Normally I'd be suspicious, but the bitten lip and constant stolen glances back to check if I'm still watching tells me something of a different story in this case. Okay. We're bisexual. So, are we in, or are we out? Let's say I'm here to watch, not to flirt, or well. Let's say well. Alright, we'll flirt. I think that's all it's going to be, is just some opinion. Alright. Well, let's see who wins. And the winner of the archery contest is... in third place, the gutsy Count Witchman. Second place, Marion. Also, Witchman. Oh, I thought it said he had low health, but I must have hovered over us. And that leaves us with our victor, Master Nicholas of the Panthers of the Lance. Well done, Nicholas. Right. That's us done here. Oh, not yet. Wasted concessions. The contest in front of me is reaching a crescendo, the participants evenly matched. I grip the wooden railing in front of me and yell my appreciation along with the rest of the crowd. Said yell, however, swiftly turns into a strangled cry as I feel something trickling down my spine. Some sort of fluid, something both hot and cold somehow. I spin on my heel to find myself confronted by Heisinger, his goblet swishing with the remains of the unidentified drink currently crawling its way down my back. Now then, watch where you're going, he burbles, gesturing accusingly at me with the cup. You should be more careful. See, how about I buy us both another? Get this brooding swine at my sight, or you're right, my mistake. I'm going to say get this brooding swine at my sight. The tournament is over. Dortmund gets some bonuses, and we get Turnigor, as do all of our people who went with us. Experience in bow, apparently, which doesn't really matter at all. Alright, cool. And then we get to head back. Cousin taken prisoner. Our cousin Ida Billung was taken prisoner. She is the mother of Count Godefroy of Namur. Okay, so she's kind of like unrelated to us, so I'm not overly worried about that. Francesca died in my prison. Well, she shouldn't have been plotting against my family member. I mean, what was she expecting? Anyway. Trailside Bond. While traversing a challenging path in Lauterbach, I hear laughter ahead. My son Eckhard and my knight Guntbert are working together to cross a wide, grassland-fed river. Eckhard, your idea to build a makeshift bridge was brilliant, exclaims Guntbert. Eckhard replies with a chuckle, and your quick thinking with those long grasses ties it all together. Seems as this obstacle has led to a new friendship. So I can say, your ingenuity is commendable. Do not consort with lessers, because they're part of my family. Okay, or this will hasten our journey indeed. I say, well done. True aim. Teeming with all manner of wildlife, Bruno and I agree that Rheineck would be a splendid place to go on a hunt. Who is Bruno? My son. Oh, I should probably know that. While we don't have time to stay for a proper outing as we traverse the area, I spot a pristine wild rabbit at the edge of the forest. It has peculiar markings on its fur, and I motion to Bruno to survey the animal. As he spots the rabbit, he grins. What would you say to a friendly wager, father? Whoever strikes that pristine fellow with an arrow wins. Well, say, sounds like a deal to me. And if we win, we get the Lucky Rabbit's Paw artifact, and if he wins, he gets 75 gold. Oh no, the sun is in my eye, and he gets the Lucky Rabbit's Paw artifact, or I don't have time for this. I'm going to say, oh no, the sun is in my eye, and throw the contest in order to get him the Lucky Rabbit's Paw, which is a prowess increase. I just want to prove it here. Yeah, there we go. It's a prowess +2 increase. Bruno scrambles after the rabbit, bow readied, oblivious to the feeble bluff of my poorly loosed arrows. After some tussle with the undergrowth, Bruno chirps triumphantly and darts forward, picking up the carcass of the pristine animal with an arrow firmly lodged in its tiny torso. I clap my hands as he beams at me. Well done, Bruno. Notable guest has arrived. Wait a second. Theodoric von Andex. Oh. You are the child of Count Arnold. Can I dismiss you? I can. Okay. The reason I was checking is I believe they're sent to your court as like an intrigue person. So say they're sent to be part... Well, I'm trying to think of the right... No, I guess they're not sent... Like they can be sent to your court to do a task, right? Like if they're sent as part of a council thing, that would be a better example. Then you can't dismiss them. Or we can dismiss this guy. So... yeah, that's fine. It's just kind of weird that he's here. I suppose he is the third son, so... it's not that weird. He's just left his court. Okay. Our liege was very, very briefly in a regency, but that's because he was away at the tournament, I think. Maybe. Anyway. We're back. We get one more point in horse. Wonderful. Holy Order founded. Description. And this guy is not related to a holy order. Well, actually, I guess he's an order member, but like of what order? Oh, right, the Knights Hospitaller, which don't exist. Yeah, not created yet, but somehow have 2 knights, even though they don't exist. Yeah, so that event probably shouldn't have fired, huh? So I'm taking from that. Your Councillor Kuno died, so that's Kuno of Wolfrathausen. The new person in charge of Wolfrathausen is Guntbert, the 3rd Guntbert in our realm. Alright, wonderful. I need a new councillor. That's going to be Countess Mathilde of Passau. Because she's not... well, I'd say it could be Guntbert. It's going to be Guntbert, because he's really good at the job. It's not a great reason, but that's fine. My granddaughter can marry. She's 9th in line to our title. But I kind of think we should create an accolade as well. We might do that next time. Maybe that's 2 things for next time. Create an accolade, and then marry off our granddaughter. And then we're probably going to die, because we're 59 and we're poor in health. So, you know, we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.